Hey guys, welcome to the Bourboneering YouTube channel. I'm your host Austin. I'm wearing my cocktail apron from Sugarfield. That means it's cocktail hour. The Derby was last weekend. I know I'm a little late on this, but today's cocktail we're making is a mint julep. So as always, I'm doing my little flair on it, little twist on it. I'm gonna go through each ingredient and then we're gonna watch me actually make the cocktail and try it and review it. I'm gonna go through each of these ingredients first, and we'll talk about. We have a sponsor this week, so we'll figure it out. So start with the most important thing is your bourbon. Today we're using Woodford Reserve, which is the official bourbon of the Kentucky Derby. This is at 90.4 proof. Yep. And if you want to see a review of this, go check out my new TikTok at Bourboneering. I have a review of this up there right now. It's a 60-second review. This is your base spirit. Mint juleps are traditionally a whiskey, specifically bourbon cocktail. In the past, their invention, it could have been things like brandy and different things like that. But in its current iteration, it is a bourbon cocktail. Then you have your simple syrup. This is a traditional ingredient. This is a Demerara simple syrup, so it's a little, usually use a table sugar, a white sugar. This is part of my flaring it up is using the simple syrup. And of course, your most important ingredient, your mint. This is what makes a mint julep a mint julep. I'm gonna teach you a trick with this so you don't get super vegetal flavors and you just get your mint. And last bit, this is my twist. You don't normally add bitters to a julep, but I have these peach bitters that I really love, and I think it would work well with this mint. I haven't tried it yet, so we'll figure it out together. But that's what we're going with here. These are our ingredients. Last thing I want to talk about is the mug, which you'll see in a second when I make the cocktail. Traditionally, it's in a copper cup or a brass cup. I do not have that. I have a copper Moscow Mule mug, which I'm using. But this cup, along with the traditional crushed ice, really help keep the cocktail cold. You think crushed ice, you think, oh, that's going to melt quicker and water down your cocktail. No, you pack it in so much, and it's in such that metal cup gets it really cold. It freezes the outside of the cup. It's a really good heat. Really good resistance to heat transfer. This is the engineer in me. Keeps the drink really cold once it gets to that temperature. So be careful with that. Before we move on to me actually making the cocktail, let me tell you about our sponsor, which of course is the Bourbon Society of Baton Rouge. I talk about them all the time. They just helped out with a St. Jude tasting for the Derby, which was awesome, fantastic, raising money for St. Jude. We do a bunch of charity events. We just handed over a check for to Folds of Honor from our most recent charity events. We have a screw cancer barrel where most of the proceeds from buying a bottle will go to a local cancer charity, and it's going to be different every year. Of course, it's a great community. You get to jump in anywhere in your whiskey journey, and people will meet you on your level and help you grow in whiskey. It is awesome. And of course, if you're into it, we have barrel picks. That's a lot of fun as well. So anyway, that's sponsorship. Let's get to making this cocktail. All right, guys, here we go to making our cocktail. We want to start with 3 ounces of our bourbon. This is very similar to my old-fashioned recipe here, but different kind of bitters and adding a little bit of mint. Cut, 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 cut. Stupid, Brett. All right, guys, let's get started with making our cocktail here. The first thing you want to put in there is our mint leaves. Now, the trick here is you don't want to smash the living hell out of these. You want to just express the oils. So I'm going to take, I'd say it's 7 or 8 leaves. Just get them off the stem and just kind of swap them. Slap them, kind of crush them with your hands, and you'll smell the mint being extracted. So put that in there. Then we're gonna add our simple syrup. I use 1/2 ounce. That's kind of a lot, but it's like my old fashions where I put a lot of whiskey in there too. So So 1/2 ounce of the simple syrup, and get that in there well with the mint. Let that kind of sit for a second. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and add my peach bitters, just a couple of dashes. I don't want too much here. Mint peach. It's like a mint peach tea, if you ever had that. And I'm just gonna give it just a little bit of a stir so it's all well incorporated in here. Again, you don't wanna mash up these mint leaves too much or you'll get a very vegetal flavor. Finally, or not finally, I'm gonna add a little bit of ice very carefully. Again, I don't wanna smash these mint leaves up too bad. And we're gonna add 3 ounces of bourbon. And that'll finish it up. Notice the mint leaves are still in here. They will not be in our final drink. Again, this is not a very traditional way of making it. There's great videos out there, and I might link to some below, of what to make here. I'm gonna give it a gentle stir, just get everything cool. Again, you really don't wanna over mince these mint leaves here. Finally, let me go grab my cup. See, I have this is an absolute mule cup, but it's crushed ice. This is from the fridge. You can get a bag and get really fine crushed ice. Sonic ice works great, or Cane's, depending on where you are. Same sort of ice, it works fantastically. All right, and we're just gonna pour it into our glass here with my Julep strainer. Ooh, I'm missing a little bit. Beautiful. Now I'm going to top it with some ice. Crushed ice. So I topped it with crushed ice and add a straw. Let's give it a taste. Let's see how our peach mint julep's going. That's delicious. That's refreshing. Just enough peach to have a little bit of flavor, but it's not super peachy. And get that good, delicious mint in there. And that Demerara sugar really adds a different level of sweetness, a different level of flavor. I always use Woodford in this because it is the official Kentucky Derby bourbon. But the Demerara sugar kind of adds what the Woodford's missing. That's what I got, y'all. Cheers.